Hello guys, welcome to Cheap Rigs. This is Captain John the guitarist. I'm going to show you today how to use a very simple and cheap setup using an iPhone, an Amplitube 4, a MeloAudio Midi controller, and of course the iRig Pro Duo. So I'm in my office and I'm going to show you how compact this is. I carry it in a quite a small pouch with all the wireless transmitters I use. Two sets of transmitters, an iPhone, alright, with a full version of Amplitube 4 I bought for about $90. And it's fairly simple. So it's important that one of the wireless transmitters is a stereo TRS connector. You can use that for a connection to a headset or a monitor with a TRS jack. So in here I'm using my JBL headset and I use a small extension for it. There's a different sized jacks in there, 2.5mm and 3.5mm, but it works. And then of course the guitar transmitter. You have two sets here, the receiver, and of course the other one is the transmitter. The receiver will go to the input of the iRig Pro. You can put it in and of course add or control, adjust the gain channel, and the transmitter goes to your guitar input. Alright, so it's fairly simple. You plug that in and then switch it on. It will automatically link to its receiver or your iRig Pro, and that's very simple. You don't do anything more. And then the iRig Pro is going to be connected to your iPhone through an included MIDI to Lightning wire that is included when you buy the iRig Pro Duo. You plug it in the port and of course on your phone, and make sure that your phone is sufficiently charged when you play. And then you can power up the iRig Pro Duo with two sets of AA batteries, but I advise you to get a power supply in. I made one, so I connect that one to the iRig Pro and then just some USB power source, and that powers the iRig. That's quite simple. And then when you go to your GarageBand, so this is going to automatically sense the iRig Pro, and in GarageBand you need to set your in-app effects to Amplitube. You can also use bias effects if you have them. So when that is set up, that basically is good to go. It's a very simple setup, and so far I'm very happy with this one. Okay, so it's a little bit of familiarization, but you can download backing tracks and then put them in the tracks in GarageBand, and it does that quite fast, and that should be great. And then after that setup, you go to the MeloAudio Midi controller. So I bought a pedal with it. It totally costs around a little bit more than $200 for the 2 units. And then I use a USB wireless MIDI, and this is about $29 if I remember correctly. And then you plug it in the MIDI port, the MIDI out port, and the MIDI out also should be used for the wireless controller. So that controller is Bluetooth. It can be charged as a battery, and then also the MeloAudio MIDI controller has a battery supply which you can use, or you can supply it with a USB power source. So when you power it up, so you see the racks buttons below there controls the presets, and then the arrows, the arrow buttons controls the next sets of the preset line, and then the upper buttons that controls the what you set for your effects, for example. And then you plug in the pedal, and that you can see it all is all connected and can control the wah effects and volume effects in Amplitube. So I'm going to set it down, and when that is done, that is ready to connect. Now it's fairly important to remember that you need another app to control Amplitube via wireless MIDI, and you can download that in the App Store. It's free. So you can control this action, pressing buttons on the effects, with the MeloAudio MIDI controller. So also in Amplitube, you have some favorites in there that you can set up for the preset buttons on the MIDI controller. That is good for another video to elaborate on that. But then you have to close Amplitube and then open up the downloaded MIDI port for your Amplitube. As you see now, when you do that, it connects the MIDI controller to iPhone, and then of course iPhone now has a link in Amplitube. So it's fairly simple to connect an effect. So as you can see now, when I push the preset buttons, it changes the presets in Amplitube instantaneously. And it's very good. It's actually better than my Line 6. Now if you want to control a pedal, so you simply long press on the pedal button on the app, and then when the warning comes, it waits for the MIDI signal, and when you assign a button into it instantaneously, then you can toggle the effects. It really is that good. Now I have my guitar plugged it in. I got my headphone monitor, so though I don't disturb my crewmates. So I basically practice at night in my office. Let's try.